Yeah, another freaking crazy one, guys.
Low battery. Please land ASAP to avoid damaging.
Crap. Come on, give me some video. There we go. It gave me video. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Check it out. It's the Fimi X8se 2020 edition. We're gonna do a range test today. Just gonna go straight out, nice relaxing sunset range test. We're gonna see how far this one can go. Has a little bit more flight time than the original version. We're just gonna head straight out and see how far we can get. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm recording the screen so you guys can see this. I just wanted to do one quick check here. Once we enter it here, I wanted to bring our speed down to 20 miles per hour because that seemed to be the most optimal flight speed. So I'm going to go right at 20 as our maximum. And let's hit the check mark there. Okay, compass interfered. Oh, that's interesting. Could be because of the concrete on the table here or something. That is pretty weird. Well, let's just do a quick little compass cal. Okay, that looks better. Okay, here we go. Just want to go straight up and straight out. Okay, so we're heading out. Just going to keep it about 200 feet up here. Just so we're kind of out of any wireless and stuff. Pretty much mostly country out here. And I'm not going to fly really straight into the sunset because that would be going a little too far to the right. And the mountain does slope down a little bit. So we're just going to go straight out this way. So as you can see, I have the stick pegged forward. I'm keeping my antennas perfectly perpendicular with the drone. That's going to be the best signal. And I am going to be doing some tests with the range extenders, right? So stay tuned for one of those videos. But here we go. So we are about 2,500 feet out. I thought I had actually cached the map for this, but it's not coming in. That's too bad. Okay, earlier today I had cached this, but it looks like today it's not coming in. Whoops, went totally out of the screen there. Anyway, we'll be recording the screen for you guys. So we're just flying directly that way, straight towards like Molokini. That's kind of as far to the right as I want to go. Maybe we'll get some of the sunset there on the right. You can see it partially in the view. But we're just going to go out for as long as we can and just see how it is with the stock range on this. This is the same place I've done my range test for the Mavic Mini and the Mavic Air 2. Also did a Mavic 2 Pro test up here. Remember, this drone can fly for over 30 minutes. So I think we'll probably run out of range before we run out of power on the drone. I'm already seeing the video link is getting a little bit weak here. Can kind of see it getting a little bit orange on the screen. And what I found, guys, is that the 20 mile per hour mark on this drone is pretty much like the perfect efficiency. Let's get our testing our gimbal. I like to just test the gimbal a little bit just to see how the control is out here. So this will also be kind of testing the low light. As you can see, it's a sunset and we're just flying over vacant pasture land here. So I'll be moving the gimbal up once in a while just to see how our connection is. You can see our video signal has gone down to, whoops, just press that bottom right button, that's okay. I'm going to turn off my hat cam, save some hat cam power. So we're past 1 mile. 1 mile should be 5,280 feet. We're at 6,800 feet, guys. So just being really casual with this one. And I should be pointing directly at it with my controller, so there should be no problem with my like line of sight. Now this is the same place where I have those little bit of telephone pole wires just right in front of me, and that's about it. But that didn't seem to hinder the Mavic Air 2 or the Mavic Mini much. Let's tilt this gimbal all the way up. This gimbal on the Fimi X8 can go up to 10% higher. See that? You can see the sun over there on the right. Just an absolutely beautiful day. So we're going to try to just keep it a few hundred feet above ground level. That's why I'm kind of hugging the side of the mountain here. And I'm still going to be moving this gimbal down just so we can see, you know, the quality of the video. So I'm recording my iPad screen, so you guys should be able to see that FPV and the quality of the link as well. Slight little pixelation once in a while, but nothing major. Let's get back up. Yeah, so that's Molokini and Kaho'olawe out there. Looking pretty good. And just going directly out towards the tip of Kaho'olawe. Looking good. So we dropped down to like 2 bars and we got our video signal orange, but the controller signal has been perfect the whole time. So we're really going to be testing this hopefully to, you know, down to like 0%, because the flight test guys, if you wanted to check that out, I'll have the video link pop up there on the right top of the screen, and also in the description. Go ahead and check down there the first couple of flight tests I did an unboxing and then a park flight. Really went through all the features, so I'd recommend to go ahead and check that out. Where I'm standing, I'm getting a little bit of breeze from my front right, so hopefully that'll help us on our way back just a tad. And keep in mind, this thing does come back at about 20 as well in its return to home, so I figure this is a good speed to go out at and just really get down to like 50%, and that way when it comes back, it'll be coming back at about the same speed. So we should be okay. Okay, we just passed 2 miles, right? So that's 11,000, 12,000 feet. So that's just over 2 miles. Let's shoot for 3. All right, gonna use this gimbal again. Feeling really good. Everything's responding perfectly to me turning the gimbal down. A little bit of pixelation there, but you can really just see the video quality as well. So the iPad screen I'll have up on occasion is exactly what I'm seeing. So you guys can tell me what you think about that and how it's going on our trip. I really haven't seen any significant pixelation yet. Oh, there's that sun going down to the right. That's just beautiful. Let's just leave it here for a while as we go out. So we're looking for about, what would that be, about 16,000 feet, and that'll give us about 4 miles. Still have steady video in the orange there with 2 bars above the picture, and then my control signal is still perfectly 100%. So looks like we should be doing really good. Now you're not going to get this kind of range or signal in a populated area. Keep that in mind. This is in the country. There's only a few houses around, so your mileage will vary, like I always say, depending on the interference in your area. So I'm still I have the stick pegged perfectly forward after I set it to that 20 mile per hour speed. And there goes the sun, man. That is just fantastic. Just looking at that sun. Let's just bring the gimbal down again, see how our control signal is. Still perfectly fine. When I do come down, there's slight pixelation. But when we come back up, or there's that pu'u, a little cinder cone there. That's commodity in my flights here. It's normally the place that we fly over. Just a little cinder cone, because this is a volcanic island, right? So you have those cinder cones once in a while. Anyway, guys, we're looking great. Okay, we're passing 3 miles now. 16,000 feet. We're at 17,000 feet now. And I haven't seen any hiccup whatsoever yet. So 3 miles? I don't remember seeing the original Fimi X8 having this easy of a time here. I'll put a little notation on the screen if I can remember what the original Fimi, what the range was. I went with that one, and we'll compare it with this one, of course, because this is touted to have an extra few kilometers of range. Of course, I'm in miles and feet, so for all you guys that like your metric, also have that pop up on the screen too at the mileage intervals. So still going out, still have the stick perfectly pegged here, and just right in the direction I'm flying. I'm just holding the controller up with the antennas perpendicular to the X8, and just gonna be approaching 20,000 feet pretty soon. Whoop, there goes our video signal. It just dropped out for a second and then it came back. Looks like it's dropping out right at 19.5 thousand. I'm still pegged forward though, and it's kind of dropping in and out. So that's almost 4 miles. I guess that's about 3.5. Let's see if we can keep pushing it. I just held the controller down a little bit lower, and it looks like that signal on the top turned from red to orange, so we should be good. I'm just going to keep going. Let's try to check our gimbal. See our control signal still full blast white. Perfectly fine. Our control signal. Oh wow, yeah, we're just going over that cinder cone there. See it on the right? Pretty dang far here. I still have perfect control of the gimbal. It seems pretty fluid. What are we at? 60%? So we're still golden on our battery power. Speaking of golden, check out that sunset. Just approaching 22,000 feet. That's got to be just around 4 miles. Still going at 20 miles per hour. And we're at 58%. Man, this thing's going to go for a while. Still going. So far so good. The flight test too, the park flight, testing on all the follow functions and all that stuff, guys, too. That went pretty well. Don't forget to go check that out in the description. Okay, a little bit of a delay in the video of the camera there, but I think that's just because the video signal dropped out a bit. But we got it back. I'm just pulling it up and down. Let's see if we can auto expose. There we go. We're just flying over vacant fields. There's some lava flows going down there. So this will give you an idea. I mean, low light's really hard to find on cheap drones. Good low light. And this one doesn't seem that great. But that sunset sure does look nice. So we're kind of teetering in between red and orange on our video signal up there, if you can see that.
Low battery for RTH. Please fly carefully.
Let's cancel the low battery for RTH at 54%. I think we can at least push it to 50 because this thing will actually fly below 0%. I just did a flight test and the 0% let me fly for almost another minute. And the voltage on landing was only 3.5 volts per cell, so the battery was still perfectly fine. So here we go, guys. I think this has got to be around 5 miles, 25,000 feet. Again, I'll have that at each mile marker. I'll have that in footage, in kilometers and miles. And now our signal just came back pretty strong. We got orange now. So there is no doubt, guys. I thought we would be dropping signal. My gimbal is still very reasonably controllable up and down. So I really thought we'd be dropping signal before we'd be turning around because of battery. There we go. There's the signal drop I was talking about, but it came back. Let's see if we can maintain this. We're just on the verge. Let's see if we can go to 28 and then I'll turn around, okay? 28,000 and I'll turn around. We're at 50% battery power. Another stressor flight, right? Almost there. Come on, push it, push it, push it to 28. Give me 28, give me 28. 27.9, 49% battery. There we go. I'm gonna stop and just clicking the return to home button. And let's get back. So we're completely disconnected. Apparently, this one, it seems like the orientation of the craft actually plays part in, you know, kind of how good the signal is. So probably when it turned, it was a little bit weird. Oh, we got our signal dropping back in and out. Still recording. Let's see if we can get it to drop back in here.
Only RTH battery level left. The drone is returning.
Okay. Give me some video. We got control range up there on the top, but our video's dropping in and out. Everything seems to be kind of dropping in and out. But that's okay. As long as we can get signal to kind of push it back, we should be fine. Looks like we lost connection. So let's cross our fingers and hope we get connection back. A little closer to home. Again, we don't have the map there on the bottom of the screen, so we're gonna be just kind of flying blind for a bit here. There we go, the controller reconnected. At least this thing can reconnect, that's good. Still really need to get that video back in though. You can see on my hat cam the sunset there. Sun's just going behind the clouds. So it says we still have 44%. I'm not sure how accurate that is because we drop connection. I sure do hope it's not just hovering out there. Boy. So still nothing up on the screen. Okay, starting to get a little bit nervous because we don't know what it's doing out there. I trust it to fly back, and I also hit that return to home on the left there. Switch to the right, so it should come back no problem. Still zero connection. This is kind of getting concerning, because I would like to see what's happening with it, you know, by the time I kind of it runs out of battery power, so I can force it home. And I'm getting a little bit of a breeze from my back, so it's a little bit worrying. It's going to be another stressor video. You can see the coordinates up there on the iPad screen, and that kind of tells you the last known coordinates of the craft. Man, come on, just come back into connection. Save the power on the hat cam for a bit. Man, yeah, I'm not getting any connection back. Boy. So this could be sketch. Really could be sketchy. Alright, we really need this thing to reconnect. And I'm getting pretty stressed out now. Because I believe it was at 15%, it starts to try to drop. So why aren't we getting any connection back? It's starting to stress out. I'm holding the controller exactly how I was holding it when we were going out, so there we go. Ooh.
Only RDH battery level left. The drone is returning.
Okay, 33%. Good. We just got connection back, guys, at 18,000 feet. And I want to see if we can get video back. But I can see my footage up there. It's still at 228 on the top left of the screen. So at least we have our telemetry. Our video's not coming in yet. But we have controllability now, control signal. And we can see our voltage. Oh, it just dropped out again. Come on, baby. Man, I should be pointing it right at it. So, note to self. With the drone pointed at you, it seems like the connection is worse. So, you're going to want to be aware of that when you're flying out like this.
Only RDH battery level left.
30%.
The drone is returning.
Give me some video. Really gonna be just watching my footage up there. Geez, we're at 30%. We're still at 16,000 feet out there. Man, another freaking crazy one, guys.
Low battery. Please land ASAP to avoid damaging.
Crap. Come on, give me some video. There we go. It gave me video. Oh, it's dropping in and out. Oh, man. Is my hat cam off? Turn my hat cam off so it's not interfering for some reason. So 27% and still 15,000 feet. This could be the one, guys, I lose a drone in. Haven't lost one yet. Video came back. It's dropping in and out. There we go. Man, it's really touchy on where you're holding your controller. Like I have it right up on my chest and I'm trying to hold it perfectly still. And it's still going red and orange, red and orange. So really watching my footage, right? My altitude. Because when this thing starts to go down, I'm going to have to take over and push forward. But we're still at 25%. So you very well may be okay. Man, but yeah, there you go. So the video is just really having a hard time keeping in check here with the drone facing forward. Okay, stay yellow, video. Okay, we're getting a solid yellow at 12,500 feet away. That's good. 23%. Again, guys, I am recording my iPad screen. Let me just verify that. Yes, still recording. Thank goodness. All right, well, what do you think? 22%? 2 miles away? I'm not even going to touch the gimbal because we were able to see how usable it was on the way out. I don't want to use even the slightest little bit of power, even though it's a tiny bit. The video recording is using some power, but maybe when we get a little closer and I'm guaranteed to get back, possibly, I'll tilt the gimbal just a little bit, just for giggles in the low light, see how it is. But man, that was far this thing went. It actually went further than I thought it would, honestly. And it's starting to get dark. Wow, really? The video is still dropping out, eh? That's kind of strange to me. It's just that's how finicky antennas can be, guys. The direction of the antenna, even though I'm holding it up by my chest and the antennas are perfectly how they should be, perpendicular to the craft in the exact orientation that the craft is. Okay, starting to get nervous. 18% on our battery. I know it starts to land at 15. Really taking a look at our altitude, 228 feet. So as soon as it starts to go down, I'm just going to possibly force it to stay up and just let it drop slowly. Probably a good time to take off my glasses. Don't need those glasses no more. It's hard to see the screen. But again, guys, I will have the screen up for you. Haven't touched the gimbal since we turned around. So what is this? We're about a mile and a half out now. 16% left. Are we gonna do it? Oh, there we go. 15%. Is it gonna start dropping? Oh, it's keeping itself up. I'm looking at the altitude on the top left, and I'm
Low
not.
battery.
Oh,
Please land.
oh! I was thinking it would start to go down, but it's maintaining its altitude. I'm not touching the sticks at all. Good. So maybe it just knows you need to get back, and it's not going to start dropping. 10% might be a different story, so I don't want to speak too soon. So now we're just over a mile out, okay, guys, and we only have 13% power. Man, this is like reminiscent of that Mavic Mini flight. That was a gut wrencher too. 13%, and it has not dropped in altitude. That's good to know. On the return to home, okay. I'm still choosing to record. Let's just move the gimbal a little. Yep, can still move it. I just moved it up a little bit. 12%, still no droppage in elevation, good. because you want to get your drone back, right? The battery, yeah, you can replace, but you don't want to lose the drone and lose your video card and all that stuff. So I'd rather replace the battery. But like I was saying, battery, even under 0% and flying, is still only 3.5 volts per cell. To my knowledge, bringing that under 3 volts will really do damage to a battery, but 3.5, I don't think so.
Battery. Please fly carefully.
Ooh, critical low. We're still not dropping in altitude? That's fantastic. It just knows it needs to get back home. That's great. So, I think we're going to make it. I can see my park already. Let's turn on the hat cam here. All right. 8%, still at 228 feet. So, really, really good to know that it's not going to drop down when it hits that below 10% when it's in return to home. About half a mile away here, coming home. It maintained its 20 mile per hour the whole way home. 6%. I think we're going to be okay. You see how that 20 mile per hour is just the optimum efficiency on this drone, man. It's only taken about 6.5 to 7.5 amps when you're moving at 20 miles per hour, according to the tests I did. And then just hovering in place, this thing takes like 8 to 9 amps. So just an absolutely fantastic. Oh, there goes the hat cam. I think I ran out of battery. %, and it's still not dropping at 4%. So we are going to be fine, guys. That's fantastic to know. Wow. Now we can move the gimbal down a little. There we go. It's already getting dark. Just the final days of light here. Yeah, looks like my hat cam battery is goners. I'm gonna point the video down. Let me try to switch out this hat cam video camera real fast, or battery real fast, if possible. While it's landing, I'll leave that up so you guys can see the video. Quick. Yeah, there we go. Got a new hat cam battery in there. That must be a pretty crappy one. Anyways, it's coming down. We're at 0%. So this is a true range test to 0 for sure. I have the camera down and I really can't see anything. There's me with the controller. And it's really not gonna land on the bench, so I'm gonna move it around. Look at that, I can still push it up. And it's 0%. So this is fantastic. Gonna switch off, return to home, and let's just land it right back on the table here. Okay, land, go ahead. Fantastic, look at that.
Low battery, please charge or replace.
That's fantastic, man. So this is the second time I've taken this battery down to 0%. And real quick, it stopped recording on its own. That's great. Let's pick that gimbal up. See how we still have the sunset there? And I just want to really quick, guys, check our flight record up for this flight. So this flight list right here. Unfortunately, there is no map, but there's our voltage. So just before it landed and shut off, we got 3.5 volts, so we're still fine. 3.5, excellent. Oh, there's our imagery. So it did cache. It did cache in. I have all my Wi-Fi and stuff off here. You can see that. So it did cache the imagery, so that's awesome. 16.2 kilometers. And for some reason, it's only saying we flew for 12 minutes and 54 seconds. Probably because that's where it dropped out. Yeah, so when we totally lost connection, you see that? That's where the whole flight stopped. So that's kind of unfortunate. But anyway, that was pretty amazing. Hope you guys enjoyed that range test. Pretty awesome. I got to shut this thing off before it really damaged the battery. And I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget, we're trying some of those range extender antennas. So we're going to put those range extender antennas on here and see if that gives us a little bit better signal, especially when it turned around is when we really lost connection. Yeah, so it would be cool if those range extenders give us better connection when we're flying back. Anyways, hope you enjoyed that. Links in the description of all the stuff I use here, and also the Fimi X8 2020 edition. Pretty cool drone. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.